Live. Hello everyone and welcome
Hey
to
guys.
today's live stream. Today we're just going to wait for a few more people, but today I am here with another Tyler. Also
Hey
from
guys, how's it
Toronto.
going?
You can see his @ is right there right now under him. You can go check him out on Instagram. He takes really nice pictures, great coverage of Canada's Wonderland, off-season coverage. Lots of cool pictures on his account right now. You guys know who he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just going to
Yeah, that's me. I
That's
guess it's
you.
like a kind of a face reveal because I haven't really done one of these on my
That's true.
YouTube channel yet.
That's a good point.
So
Tyler looks a
yeah.
little bit worse each stream. I know. I'm not looking great right now.
Who, me?
No, he's talking
No,
about me.
I know that it's kidding. I know, I'm just kidding.
Aw, Colton. Let's see, I can just put some nice comments up on the thing.
Oh,
Hi everyone.
okay.
Hi Stefano. Victor. Victor's on here first
Oh,
as
Stefano
usual.
joined. Of course, Stefano.
Yeah, we're just gonna give it like another couple, maybe another minute or two, and then we're actually gonna hop in. We got a bunch of things that were submitted on Instagram we can go over. But yeah.
Nice, okay.
If anyone else wants to also submit stuff that we can talk about, you can drop it wherever the live chat is. It's probably, I don't know, because it's like the opposite. You know how like when you do your camera, it's like the opposite side and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. So it's somewhere around there. You know where the live chat is. Go and you can go and comment in there. So actually we can just hop on in and get started. So I'm gonna go over to Instagram.
Okay.
And let's go right to the bottom. Someone says Wing Coaster will be replacing Wild Beast or Flight Deck.
As much as I would like to see that, we talked about this on the FaceTime. How we don't think that Wonderland's going to be getting another massive coaster, even if it's a wing coaster, because the wing coaster, oh yeah, like it could break records, but what records could it take? Like I don't think they're going to go 200 feet again. They don't have enough space for it. But
yeah, exactly. And so what we were saying, we don't think they're gonna get another B&M, mainly, or another huge, massive,
huge B&M.
Huge B&M, because it would be hard for them, first of all, to break records. And as we can see with Wonderland's trends, they're only adding record-breaking coasters now. That's the kind of park they've evolved to.
And they want something that they can be able to market. So like mock double launch, which we're going to get that out later. That's something that they'll be able to market. And we'll talk about how they will be able to market that.
Like for that, I can see them doing like that's pretty easy to break records. Like they can do fastest launch in Canada, right? As you said earlier, all they have to do is beat what's it called, Backlot, which isn't that hard,
coaster.
Right? So they could literally make a Copperhead clone and market it as fastest launch coaster in Canada.
Because it would beat it by like 10 miles an hour.
And I see that could be where they would put it in place of Dragonfire.
Yeah, that would work really good there. Or like even there, or even in the forest area.
But then also on the topic of the forest, I would love to see a GCI Woody, like sort of like a Mystic Timbers vibe through the forest.
Because we were talking about how Mystic Timbers goes over the Whitewater Canyon at Kings Island, so that would be very, very similar.
Yeah, so
love that.
People love that. It looks amazing. I'm sure it's an amazing ride because that's GCI. They're great.
And they could market it as if they use their new track and their new Infinity Flyer trains. They'd be able to market it as the first coaster to go, first wooden coaster in Canada to go upside down if they were to add inversions.
Yeah. So for those of you that are not aware, GCI announced a new sort of track and train design at Aiyappa. And you want to just explain that to Tad, what they're able to do with that, the new possibilities?
Yeah, sure. So they have these Infinity Flyer trains, and I think they're a little able to articulate a little more, so they're able to take tighter turns, do launches, and even go upside down. But in order to have inversions, they had to come up with this new track as well, which is all steel. So there's just steel track, and it would be able to do probably, I'm thinking, 0G rolls is probably most likely going to happen.
So would they then classify that as a hybrid coaster because it has steel track?
No, because it would be, the structure would be, well, yeah, the structures would, but the rest of the track would probably be just wood, and then there's just the
wood, so
inversion part would be hybrid.
metal. Got it. Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah,
sort of like
yeah.
a wooden hybrid mix. It's a mix
Well,
of the mix.
that's what you call it was Son of Beast. It had this steel loop.
Oh,
That
it
was like the only
did.
steel part of the
Yeah,
ride.
so that's already
Yeah.
been done before. Okay, wait, let's take a second and address this. Can GCI make coasters in Canada? Because it's American and RMC has the whole dilemma with the government. So basically, what I said the other day is yes, basically, for what the most part people think the laws are true, but it's very easily avoidable. If they want to build an RMC at Wonderland, they'll build an RMC at Wonderland. Right?
Yeah. Wonderland will make sure that it happens because if they want it, they'll make sure they're gonna get it.
Like it's the same thing. What's different with B&M? They're not a Canadian company. They're from Switzerland.
No.
They have what
Exactly.
they do is they get B&M to develop and fabricate the track. They get them to design and fabricate the track. They import it, and then they have Canadian contracting company establish it, and a Canadian construction company put it all together.
I've been to the plant myself. It's in Ohio. Ohio. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So cool.
Hey, Tyler Burke's on. Hi. Yeah, but basically, long story short, there's many ways to get around it. All they would have to do is RMC would send people over. They would do their evaluations, whatever they want. Then they would physically design the manufacturer. Sorry, they would design and develop the ride, import it to Canada, and have us build it, and have a Canadian company build it. It's the same they do with B&M. And yes, it wouldn't be that hard for us to make a record-breaking RMC. We can do most inversions.
No,
if we really want to.
Most inversions, or even first, if they really wanted to, and they just couldn't go for anything, but they could just market it as the first hybrid in Canada. That's the easiest.
First hybrid in Canada, tallest hybrid in Canada. Like, it's very easy to market stuff because we just say in Canada and people like it.
Exactly.
Right?
And they think, I wonder what else is in Canada. But meanwhile, there's I don't even know. I'm going to make a guess, 10 major parks, maybe even less. I don't know.
Yeah, tallest wooden coaster, that would work too, as Luke says, because it would be a ground up, most likely. Let's see. This one comes in from Mr. Colton at Night Coaster, and I know he's in the chat right now. He says Leviathan will close down, and they will make a Fury 325 clone in its spot. Let's give a round of applause for that.
Love it. Amazing idea. I can definitely see that happening in Wonderland's future for sure.
We're just gonna get rid of our star attraction and add a new one. That's a clone of someone else's star attraction. Yes, it needs that. Yeah,
Galaxyland is open?
I did hear something.
No. Really? Wow.
I don't know if it's true or not, but someone on Instagram says, "Hey, check out my awesome profile because it's awesome. Let's connect there." No, ma'am. Tyler said.
Stefano said that Leviathan and Fury have really similar layouts, and they do because Fury was basically designed off of Leviathan, but the only thing it doesn't include
was the prototype coaster for Fury. They worked out the flaws in Leviathan, which there wasn't that many. And they just made it better. That's all it is.
They've valued how many times, and Fury's valued nothing.
Yeah, what is
valued at all?
As Hannah would say, Leviathan.
Oh my god! In the parody.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, but the only thing I think Fury's missing is a speed hill. I really wish that had a speed hill.
That's the best element on Leviathan, literally.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Easily.
Ooh, Orion or Polaris. I was always a Polaris fanboy. I thought it was a much better name. And
I really like both of them.
For 2 weeks after the August 15th announcement, I was freaking. I was like, onion coaster. It's going to be an onion coaster. Onion smell. Onions are bad. Onion coaster. But yeah. It's grown on me though. I think as most people has, it's grown on them.
I have that meme on my phone.
Yeah, I have a bunch of them.
When somebody Photoshop it. Oh god.
Leviathan has more of a hyper giga layout. Fury has more of a giga type layout. Well, if you put it that way, I don't think so.
A little bit.
Kind of.
Well, Fury has a lot more low to the ground moments, but Leviathan, it has a lot of bigger elements. The first turn, massive airtime hill, then another massive turnaround, and another massive airtime hill. Like
Yeah.
that's I guess that's kind of why, but it keeps its speed way better than Behemoth.
Yeah, no, true. Behemoth is, especially like with those trims. Trims kill
No,
it.
no.
Quentin says a family coaster where Dinosaurs Alive used to be. Dragonfire to be removed before flight deck. Wait, where was
Dragonfire
Dinosaurs
before.
Alive? I always thought that would be where we would get
Ooh,
coaster, but now I can sort of see okay, actually, if you go to Coaster Addicts, the old channel, and watch my video on my RMC concept, I always thought what was going to happen is they would remove Wild Beast, right? They would completely just get rid of it, scrap it fully, and use all of the land of Dinosaurs Alive. Because as you can see, look, I have a map. This is Adventure Island. Let's take a Wonderland map. This is from 2013, but it's okay. There's no Dinosaurs Alive, but it's okay. Oh, there was. Okay. So
yeah, there is. It came in 2012.
Yeah, what I could see happening is, I'm just trying to line this up. See all this land here? They could remove Wild Beast, and this is all gone now. This is all open land. So they could have an RMC ground up here, do its massive drop, turnaround, and all of this space all the way to Ghoster Coaster. And you would be able to see it from the highway, from the 400 right there, which is right here. Right? So all that land could potentially be an RMC.
That would be awesome, but now with Wild Beast getting all this retracking, because
I don't see
why I have
Beast
pictures
anywhere.
No, I have pictures of it, and no, it's not getting. I don't think it's getting removed anytime soon, at least.
No, I see it getting removed in like the next 10 years, but like not in the like foreseeable future. Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly. And that area, the Dinosaurs Alive area, is definitely going to be for a kitty, like Planet Snoopy expansion for sure.
No, for sure. They could really add a new kitty coaster there.
Yeah.
I want to ride Behemoth for the first time this season was Levy and Yukon. Where should I sit to get the most comfortable experience?
Ooh, I really like Leviathan. It's either front or back. I can go back and forth between those two like all day. I don't know which one I prefer, but they both provide such different experiences. Yukon, I think I prefer in the back row. Maybe I think it's the kind of same with Yukon because I like the more.
Yeah. Wait, keep going.
And then the front row, I got my first ever ride on it. It was the front right seat of the train, and that's probably one of my favorite places to sit.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I love what's it called? Front row on Behemoth. That's like on Behemoth. Sorry,
front row
on Yukon. Front row on Yukon. Like that's my favorite. Like Yukon center front row or Yukon edge seats front row. Amazing. My first ever ride on Yukon was about to be front row, but then we learned that the POVs were only middle row on media day, so we had to go middle to the left to the middle to the right side. We went on our first ride, but yeah, it's okay. That was still really fun.
It was kind of
yeah. But no, Leviathan's front row for me and Behemoth. I can't stand Behemoth back row. The drops are better. They pull you down a lot more, but it's the rattle. It's just so much worse in the back row.
The rattle is really bad on that ride.
And I feel
Jack Krang.
Yeah, I feel Leviathan's not Leviathan's. I feel Behemoth's airtime is stronger on the front. You get launched more.
Yeah.
Right?
And then in the back row you get pulled over more. Yeah.
Yeah, in the back row you get pulled
over.
Two
completely different experiences.
Completely.
Exactly.
Dragonfire is low key good. There's nothing low key about that. Like it's an intense ride, but it has a lot of headbanging. And
it's middle of the pack.
Yeah, it never gets a line because a lot of GP people don't like to gray out on coasters.
And it was also removed from the ERT morning ERT from Medfair.
This year it was supposed to
I think Wild Beast
ERT because it didn't get lines, right?
Tyler, Wild Beast becoming smooth.
Yeah, wait, we'll get there in a second. Most underrated coaster in Canada.
Oh, underrated. Oh, probably Vortex. Honestly,
I could see Vortex. I could see that. Yeah, I agree. Canada's Wonderland needs a good spinning coaster.
Yeah,
I could see that as a family coaster. Yeah, nothing too intense. There is really much difference between both. They're both amazing figure roller coaster, but I don't watch Leviathan has a better first ride. Yeah.
Where's this?
I don't know.
Oh,
I've
yes.
scary, so I can't really say.
GCI Mindbuster. Stefano and I always talk about this and how I would love, even if the GCI doesn't come in the forest, I would love it if they put Millennium Flyers on Mindbuster, brought back some of the old airtime hills that they reprofiled, and then just made it more like comfortable, because like some of the turns aren't really that banked at all.
The turns are terrible and they're not
banked. Well, I like the Helix though, even that's probably the best part for me.
The Helix, I kind of hate the Helix just because of how like loud it is. Like I hate it.
I love that. I don't know. I like.
Yeah. I agree with this because if you're gonna go first row on Behemoth on like on a pretty busy day, you're gonna wait like 6 or 7 extra trains to go front row. But if you go second row, since it's the staggered seating, the first two are together. The second two, you still get the experience of front row because there's nothing in front of you. They're in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. I had that in one of my videos.
But then again, the two edge seats that are on the outsides, you're on a wheel, so they're not as smooth. That's the trick.
Yeah.
So if you want a smoother ride, you sit together. If you want a rougher, more like thrilling ride, I always like to sit on the outside seats.
Yeah,
I get the chance.
That was most underrated ride. Yeah, Behemoth needs a repaint. Yes or no? Yes,
definitely.
And I'm surprised Leviathan doesn't yet. It's been holding up a lot better than Behemoth did, though.
I guess because it's such a light color, and it just doesn't really.
Yeah.
And even if it fades, it still kind of looks good. But the yellow and the orange when it fades,
it's peeling as well in some spots.
Yeah, it is definitely.
Okay, let's hop back over to the Instagram and see another. Flight Deck gets new trains, hopefully. Yes, please.
I could definitely see that. I would ride that in a heartbeat if it got the new vest restraints, or even we were talking about have we talked about this yet? The testing for the new Vekoma at Trip Trail.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that a bit?
I was gonna post. Yeah, sure. So I don't know how to say it in German, but it means head over heels. It's the new Vekoma suspended coaster. It's a new model, and they released some testing footage, but now Trip Trail released some more, and you're able to see like it going through the whole layout and stuff. So, and that actually only has lap bars. It doesn't have the vest part. That
does it invert at all? Does it go upside down?
Yeah, 3 times, I think, 3 or 4.
And it has lap bars. Wow, impressive.
Yeah,
that's gonna be really good.
Really good.
Mako's take was peeling when I visited SeaWorld in 2016.
Mako?
I didn't really notice any peeling, but yet again, I wasn't looking for peeling, so I don't know. They're easily cut.
2016. That was the year it opened.
Yeah, I assume you didn't ride it then because you're probably still very scared of coasters then.
Stuff it all. Missed the opportunity, man.
Yeah, that sucks. I gotta say the new
this year though,
so good. Yeah, it
they
does
definitely
really good. They definitely did a good job with that. I'm surprised that Wonderland hasn't had many coasters removed while Kings Island and Dominion are getting their lineup shaved.
Most of our coasters seem to be pretty
popular. Like they get lines.
Reliable.
And they're reliable too. Is there anything
most of the coasters that
is there anything that's consistent down? Ever?
Sledgehammer.
Well, other than that, I mean in terms of coasters.
That's getting better though. No, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Kyoto Park is getting a clone of Trip Drill's invert, right?
I don't know about that. I'll have a look on, but I know they are getting an invert. I don't think it's the same though. I think it's different. I'll check on
it still is an experimental park. We get the first of most things. We got the first Cedar Fair hyper coaster, B&M hyper. We got the first B&M in the world. We got the first dive coaster with a vertical loop, which did really well in marketing. Yeah, we got the first of a lot of things. We got the first backlot, I'm pretty sure. Or were
No,
those
I
all
think
the
those are
same year?
the same year.
They came
I
the
have to
same
check
year.
that too.
But yeah, you get it. Yeah, it still kind of is because y'all got crazy crowds. Yeah, we do, and that's not always fun. Trust me, you don't want to always have crazy crowds. That's not very fun, unless the times it's fun is when you get new rides and you get to go to media day and be the first ones to ride it with no lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Karen's
I
getting better.
definitely want to try doing that again.
Attendance. Yeah, I know, because we get good attendance. Yukon wasn't experimental. Well, the inversion was because it did good for marketing. You can see parks doing that in the future in terms for the marketing. Vertical loop, vertical loop,
Exactly.
vertical loop. People like that.
Yeah, first ever vertical loop.
That was Yukon has that perfect spot. That's like the perfect spot for it. Like it's so
exactly.
just the
I
way
love that area.
the water and then it goes down, comes back. It's just all beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. I love how B&M is also starting to branch out into different elements. Like you see the wave turn on Orion, then you have that outside bank turn, kind of like on Candymonium. So I hope to see more in the future from them.
And plus to honor Skyrider. Yeah, that was a good way. I don't even know. You think that was part of their planning? We want to get a vertical loop to honor Skyrider?
Peter wanted that for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely did. I remember he was saying that in like some of the videos that were released on YouTube.
Okay, this is a big one. Someone says SNS Axis coaster.
Ooh.
Where did you see that going?
Anything?
I know
that's not coming to us. That's going to.
Okay. Where could you see that?
Honestly, in the area of probably Flight Deck and Time Warp.
Exactly.
That area there.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Because it kind of has the inversions that Time Warp have, like those same kind of 0Gs, but then it has like right
inline twist. Yeah, inline twist definitely.
Inline twist. Sorry, you get it. Yeah.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
And they could honor Time Warp with that.
Yeah. Even though it's not, even though that's so cool how it can like the track can invert, but then you'll stay right side up the whole time and you'll just kind of go around the.
Crazy. That's like innovation at its finest. Like, could you guys in the chat see one of those going there? Like, if they remove Time Warp and Flight Deck, I could see one going there. I think that would be first Axis coaster in the world. Experimental, innovative, amazing for marketing. Just.
It's not like we haven't bought from SNS before because we have all the drop towers and whatever we get from them.
So like Cedar Fair clearly is like not like we're never working with SNS, just like they have beef with Intamin.
I was just about to say that. Yeah,
it's kind of sad. We don't even have it. We never had an Intamin coaster.
We have a drop tower by Intamin.
Yeah, I know. Well, like we don't have a. Wait, what coaster? Don't we have a kitty coaster that's Intamin? I feel like we don't. We ENF Miller.
ENF Miller.
And Ghoster Coaster's PTC.
PTC.
A little bit.
Silver Streak's Vekoma.
Silver Streak is Vekoma, yeah. I feel like I'm not getting things in the live chat. Are they on the actual live chat? Let's see.
I'm gonna check it.
They are now they're coming through. I seen Axis going to Six Flags or a Europe park. Well, I don't know. Can they go to? Where would they go first? Like I could see them all getting it afterwards.
Europe.
Would Cedar Fair take the first leap and give one to us?
Here's the thing, because Canada is not in. Well, obviously, like SNS is in the US, and we're not.
Yeah.
Canada's Wonderland's not in the US, obviously. So maybe you think they would go to US park first.
I could see them wanting to do it in American park first because they'll want the SNS people to be able to build it. Their own their own construction team.
Exactly. Just like they did
hypersonic
XLC in the US first, and then they built, I don't know if they were built the same year. Dodonpa was in I think a year later.
Yeah. No, that would make sense though if they did do that. Yeah, it's kind of sad now. I was excited.
I like this. Intamin makes everybody angry.
Intamin makes everybody angry. Well, a lot they can.
Well, when they're broken down, but
Frontier City
other
was
rides like
yeah. Wait, what was that?
see other rides like I Thrill 5 make me happy.
Yeah. Frontier City was supposed to get a clone of Tantrum, but when Six Flags purchased it, Six Flags those plans out because they didn't work with Gerstlauer. Jory says, "Can I get a shout out?" Hi, Jory.
Hey, Jory.
That's unlucky. Yes, that is unlucky because that could have worked there. Could have worked
Yeah,
there.
definitely. It's a smaller coaster, small edition, but then you're getting like I heard like these Gerstlauer Eurofighters are pretty like packing quite a bit, even they're like really small.
For sure, they really pack a punch, and I've always kind of wanted one, but like I don't really see one coming to Wonderland for capacity issues.
No.
We need
that would be the only reason. The Infinities. Like Karnan or no. Those would be cool though.
Those would be really cool. We could get a world record breaking one of those, like a the shortest Karnan. Like a kind of imagine that. That would be so sick. Let's see. We got a couple more on the Instagram. Someone says 2022 Mobus dueling launch coaster to Frontier Canada. So like, so could we get? No, we would not get a dueling
West Coast racers.
Yeah.
If anything, like I know what he means. It's more like like a West Coast racer kind of thing. But when was the last time we worked with Premier?
Backlot.
I don't know. Yeah, 2015. No, 2005. Sorry.
5. Yes, it was because it was 20 years this year, or 15. Sorry. Tantrum is so goated because it has the fastest ops and it never has more than a 5-minute wait. Yeah, because the park's dead. That's why it never has more than a 5-minute wait because no one
has the 8-person train.
Yeah, it has an 8-person train and they have no capacity issues with it. Yeah, it wouldn't work capacity. It just has Guardian. Oh my god, Guardian's lines.
That
and with no fast lane too.
And half the seats don't work.
Exactly, half the guns don't work.
Oh my god, Guardian just needs to. They need to spend a year and just.
That's what I thought they were going to do for this season.
I wouldn't care
because when they at Winterfest, when we saw they took that track off, that piece of track.
So I think I was talking with Surya, and he said that I think what they do is they take off that piece of track so they can take the trains off easier.
Oh, I get.
Because it'd be hard to do it on the inside, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Aw.
So they probably do it every year, but we just never see it.
Yeah, because we're never there at that time. Hi, Colton.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we're never there when we see them remove that piece of track. Interesting. And then we have Steven saying CW won't open until the 2021 season. What are your thoughts on reopenings of parks? Do you have any opinions on that?
I think I always I've always been a person that say it's gonna open. I want to be optimistic, and I always like even if it's not when I say it's gonna open, as long as the park opens, I'm fine. I'm totally fine with that. But I'm sticking with end of June, beginning of July, but it could be later. Sadly, but
I don't know. I'm thinking if we're very, very lucky, we could get some sort of fall season. Like maybe even like the month of just September and October, and then some sort of Winterfest, if we're lucky, just to kind of push the revenue in from ticket sales. Or they can pull I don't even know. They can put what's it called? They can do some sort of virtual queuing system like other Cedar Fair parks are gonna attempt doing. I don't know if that's gonna play.
Exactly.
But we'll wait and see.
You might have some flaws, but you never know.
Yeah. It's like how many they would probably have to cut capacity in half.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking with Surya about that last night, and what he said that what they really could do is they look at the capacity for each ride. So Leviathan, I think he said was about 1,500 riders an hour, and they cut that like
in half.
I don't know about it in half, I guess, and they do that for each ride and for each and then that would give you the amount of people that would be able to enter the park, right? So
that would still be like
so it's not like they would
big amount of people
cut like the it would. Because Wonderland is like they have big paths, right? So it's easy to stay apart from each other. And one other thing that oh my god, Hershey Park has really small paths.
Oh no,
Like
that's concerning.
yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, one thing I realized was that even if like people are saying, oh, on Leviathan you're gonna have to sit like on one end and somebody's gonna have to sit at the other end,
Yeah.
that this doesn't really make any sense, right? Because if I were to ride with, say, my sister, and like why would they put me at one end and her at the other end, and we just basically came to the park together in the same car, and we lived together, right?
Exactly. But then could you
So
see them
really
being like, but then people would say they live together just to ride together, right? Like with
okay,
your
that's
friends.
different.
They can't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's
That's the only thing, but then like you can't put like it would definitely boost the capacity, but it would also like cut it from what it would be, like,
true.
right?
It's a tricky situation, right? Hershey Park
Hmm.
is opening as of now one group per row.
One group per row. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like
That would
just
work.
one group and the people who you came with,
Yeah, so you don't
right?
have to sit
That
directly.
definitely would work. And with the virtual queuing, you're all gonna have the same time that you should be able to go to the ride, so it'll
And
work out perfectly.
yeah, it would make sense. Because like I
Hmm.
assume one person in the group would book for however many people you're with, right?
Hmm. Exactly.
Oh, but like if you can you see there being issues with, for example, someone books Leviathan in their group and then someone else goes on their app, books Leviathan for 10 minutes later.
Oh.
They have 5 people in their group or 4 people, whatever. Books Leviathan once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, each person on their own phone
Huh.
every in 10
That's
minutes,
interesting.
right? I don't know
That's
how
interesting.
that could be an issue, right? Because then people,
Well, maybe we just keep that to ourselves, and if that ever happens, we can just keep that.
yeah, I'm sure they'll figure out something though to
And
do.
these
Well,
people on here will know too. So guys, just keep it to yourself, and then they won't be able to find out.
yeah, you heard it here. Staircase weight at max. Yeah, that would be sick though, kind of. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know. I just want some sort of opening, right?
Exactly. Even if it's, I was, I'm pretty sure they'll open most rides. And if they can't open every single ride, could do the issues or whatever, which I don't think there's going to be a problem with
Yeah,
at
no.
all. They'll open the main attractions, so you'll have Leviathan and Behemoth and Yukon and most of the major rides and coasters open, which is not a problem at all. Because
Mhm.
like even if say because I didn't ride Dragonfire last year at all, if that were closed, I'd be like, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
same. Like I wouldn't. Dragonfire is not something I really care for, and like Wild Beast,
Mm-mm. I want to ride that though. Now that they have the retrack.
Yeah, well, I kind of want to do see the retracking, so that could be something that they would go ahead and operate because of all the money they just spent to retrack it. So why not
Yeah.
test it out and see what people are thinking of it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So that could be an option. Let's see.
Can't
So
imagine
now let's
Dairyland.
yeah. So those are some of our other stuff. Let's hop into a little bit of Q&A that I've had some people submit some questions for. Someone
Okay.
said firstly quickly, Zamperla and Vid are coming to land. What are your opinions? Yes or no?
Oh, so that's like the one. There's one that came to Kentucky Kingdom. That looks pretty good. So that's kind of like an upgraded orbiter, basically. That was a Enterprise
Yeah.
ride. So that's what it is. It's an upgrade of that. I don't know. Wonderland has a lot of flat rides, and that could be another one where I could definitely see going near the what you call them change rooms for the Splashworks.
Oh yeah,
Could
there
go
is
behind there,
that huge
that
lot
area
there,
there.
the one where I was running on that photo shoot
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
I was like,
It's either
I got
a
sprayed
ride
by a
going there.
sprinkler.
Oh,
A huge grassy patch. And Alex,
that's either for a ride or a restaurant. That's what
oh,
for
they
sure.
could put such a
Definitely.
good restaurant there and have one side of it all be open like a patio where you're like Yukon's 0G kind of goes over. That would be so sick.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm just like thinking of that now.
That'd
Like
be awesome.
it's right like sort of near where that new funnel cake place is.
Hmm. Or even if it were just a ride, you'd be able to get good photos from the queue line.
Oh yeah, that too. That place is
Mhm.
awesome for pictures. Like I think I'm the only person right now that has that picture where it's right like I'm right
Yeah.
on the second on the airtime hill. and I'm right there, like, up
Mhm.
against the fence because you can't actually get to that fence
Yeah.
without popping it. Yeah, but I did everything legally, by the way. I was invited to do that. I was allowed by park staff to do that. If you read the disclaimer at the start of my video, no one try. Don't get any ideas. Thoughts on Mako? You want to? Have you ridden Mako?
No, not yet. I haven't been to Florida before, so
Oh
let's
yeah,
hear your thoughts on it.
really. Mako is incredible. It is my number one B&M hyper coaster, but I do see Candemonium coming up. The air time is just so strong, it's ridiculous.
I
When
bet.
you fly
I can
into that,
imagine.
the speed hill is nuts. The first hill is just flowjector, like insane flowjector. Like you're out of
Isn't
your.
it like 5 seconds of airtime? It's a lot
I don't
of
know if it's
airtime.
the 5 seconds people say it is, but like
It's
a
like
lot,
3 or 4, I'd say.
probably.
It's pretty sustained.
It's very sustained. It's almost as sustained as Leviathan's Camelback.
That massive one. Oh, I love that one. That's
That's
probably one of my favorite parks for sure.
Jacqueline says
Yeah.
ride Chimbal. I want to. It looks amazing.
Shambhala.
Mako is
That ride
better
looks
than
good too.
Leviathan. Most agree with me. I don't. I did for a while, but now I don't.
I don't know. I don't think it looks better than Leviathan.
My sister rode.
I'm always going to be.
My sister rode Mako. She said it kicks levies behind. It did up until last year, to the 2019 season. If you didn't ride Leviathan last year, no one knows, right?
That's when they added the extra weight to the front of the train.
Yeah,
that was confirmed by the park. I don't know how much. I think it was about 600 pounds. I'm not quite sure, but
yeah.
they definitely added weight and
park added
goes faster.
The park added a bunch of weight to the front of the train and to make it run faster, and it definitely worked.
Definitely.
My sister
Candy's gonna be blow it out of the water.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know if Candemonium's gonna be better than Leviathan. I think it has a possibility, maybe, but I don't know for sure. It's gonna be tricky.
It might be better than Mako because it doesn't have a mid course, and the ending looks a lot stronger. The helix looks it's pretty fast.
The helix around the fountain looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Candy's just hauling so far through its testing. It's just been doing great.
Yeah, now it has all 3 trains, and somebody rode it the other day.
They did. They caught people on it from the park, probably.
They got one person, I think it was. I saw a video on it.
Huh. Cool stuff. Okay, so now let's do some actual Q&A on you and ask. So let's start with the first question. How long have you been riding coasters for?
So I've been riding coasters since probably when I first went to Wonderland. I think I was, I couldn't get on Taxi Jam at that point, but I've been going to Wonderland since I think about a couple months or a couple weeks, I think. So pretty early. But when I first rode Taxi Jam, I think I was 3 or something.
You were 3? Yeah, like I've been going to Wonderland since I've had seasons passes since I was like 2, but I didn't start riding until I was 12.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Apparently, my mom said I really, really liked Taxi Jam, so like I wasn't scared of it. So
marathon up Taxi Jam.
I used to do that with my cousins when I was little.
How many parks have you been to? Because I know you've traveled quite a bit to go to.
Let's see. I've been Wonderland, obviously. Cedar Point. I've been to a couple times. Kings Island's awesome. Kings Island's honestly, I think that's probably my favorite park. To be honest, it's
Orion,
it's pretty good. Even before Orion, yeah. Like they just have such a good coaster collection. They have a solid top 5, and even after that, a lot of their rides aren't like. None of them are like terrible, except for Invertigo. That ride's garbage.
Invertigo looked so bad. They didn't remove it, right?
It's horrible. No, it's still there. I thought it would be. I heard people say, "Oh, it's not that bad." So I'm like, okay, let's give it a try. I need the credit anyways. So I rode it, and it has the same padded restraints like Flight Deck, where it's like right here.
Oh no!
My ears were bright red.
Burke says Banshee fanboy.
Yes. Oh my god, I love Banshee.
Your Banshee hoodie that you wore a bunch towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Should have rode all the.
What parks have you been to? You've been to Orlando. You've been to
Yes.
Tampa.
So when I was in Florida last spring break, so not this one, the year before, March break, but for all the Americans on here, it's spring break. But basically, we did on that trip SeaWorld, Bush, and Fun Spot on that trip alone. So I did those three, and what's it called? Before, I was also in Orlando in 2016 in the summer, and we did Universal, but I didn't ride anything there.
Did you do both Orlando parks? Did you do Kissimmee and America?
No, we just did Fun Spot Orlando. We didn't do Kiss Me. So we did the one with White Lightning, and White Lightning was amazing. So good. Insane.
I want to get on Mind Blower at Kissimmee.
Mind Blower looks so good too with that stall. Gravity group train.
The Zero G. Oh, the Timberliners.
The Timberliners. That's what they're called. Those looks so good.
I've been on one gravity group, Ravine Flyer 2, and that is my favorite wooden coaster today.
Oh, yeah? Is it still your favorite wooden coaster?
Yeah. I rode it in 2018, and I used to have Mystic above it, but no, this is it just feels more like a wooden coaster. Has a little bite to it, like the roughness, just a little bit. Not Mindbuster, no way, not that rough, or Wild.
Lucan says he almost got kicked out of Kissimmee, so let's hear that story down below. I'm interested.
Yeah, tell us. That's a little interesting.
That's very interesting. Yeah. So what's your number one currently?
I think we all know what my number one is.
Is it the classic
Steel Vengeance?
Yes, sir.
Steel Vengeance. The only coaster that can ever beat that for me, I think, personally, is probably Voyage. Because if I have Ravine Flyer 2 is my number one wood, and Ravine Flyer 2 is basically a mini Voyage, so imagine if I rode Voyage, which is like twice the size. It'd be insane.
Voyage looks insane, but personally, I'm not a huge fan of wooden coasters. But yet again, I loved what's it called, White Lightning, and I love like Blue Streak and stuff. So I just haven't ridden a really good. I think Mindbuster and Wild Beast kind of screwed my experience with wooden coasters. Just like thinking.
I like Mindbuster though.
Mindbuster can be good. I've gotten good rides on it, but a majority of the time, like, I can't.
Is there one coaster that you think could beat Steel Vengeance for you personally?
For me, Iron Gwazi.
Iron Gwazi, really? Yeah.
I think so.
Those rides, Iron Gwazi and Zadra, both have amazing pacing. Like they just fly so fast through their layout.
Yeah.
But Steel Vengeance just has the length and the airtime, which for me, that's what would take the cake. And it's also pretty fast too in most spots.
Declan says, "Have you ridden Lightning Rod?"
Me, no, I haven't ridden Lightning Rod, but I'd love to ride Lightning Rod. That ride is definitely on my high up on my bucket list for sure.
Holiday World reminds me of Hershey for some reason.
Holiday World looks like a really nice, clean park.
Yeah,
and
I want to go to Hershey so bad.
Hershey's amazing. I just recently I moved Skyrush so high up in my ranking because I realized I was I couldn't take the intensity. I couldn't withstand the intensity of it when I rode it back in 2017.
Really?
And then I rode I-305 this year, and I was like, "Whoa, that's actually really good." Now I love intensity. It's
okay. So let's take a second and address Declan's complaints about how he doesn't like Steel Vengeance. Everyone has reasons for that. It was on a cold, rainy day in in October. That's why you didn't like it.
I thought I heard something where RMCs actually go faster in the rain. I don't know. I think I just heard it from El Toro Orion, I'm pretty sure.
It might be true, but he rode it on a really bad day and it was really slow. I saw videos of it from that day. It wasn't ideal. That's not ideal riding conditions.
I rode it when it was plus 40 out. There was that one really hot day in 2018 in the beginning of July, and it was so scorching hot and it was flying.
It was, yeah. It looks, the day I rode Steel Vengeance, I only got to ride Steel Vengeance one day. Of my 4 days at Cedar Point, only one day I was able to ride it.
And how many times did you get on it?
The only reason I got 10 rides in a row was because of Millennium Force.
Fastlane.
It wasn't the fast lanes. I would have gotten fast
No.
lane anyways. It was because
Oh,
of
you
the
had exit pass. Mhm.
right?
I got fast lane, so I
The
was able to
fast
ride
lane
a
line was I think
ton there.
45 minutes at one point.
No way. For me,
Yeah,
it
we
was
used
like
the fast
15.
lanes at first. Like we
Not
got a
even.
couple rides, and then when the fast lane line started extending, people realized it opened up. We just started using the exit passes.
Wow. So you must have been on a busy day then.
It was August.
Oh wow. Huh.
Yeah.
How long did you wait for Millie?
For Millie, the longest was only on my first day, and it was an hour and a half. That one day I didn't have fast lane.
Really? Because out of the 3 times I've been to Cedar Point, I don't think I've waited more than an hour. And in 2018, I even had fast lane too, so that definitely cut it. But
Huh.
I've never waited for that ride more than an hour. Like
On that
I
same
think I've just gotten really lucky.
That was really lucky. Yeah. On that same day, we waited an hour and a half for Dragster, first ride of the day.
Wow. I did that my very first ride on Dragster. I had to wait the full hour and a half on that.
Yeah.
It was like I was like
Yeah, I was
so
shaking
scared the entire time.
but it's okay.
I had no idea. Valorant, though, I think I waited.
Ooh, it's a good idea. Marineland should get a skyrocket too.
Definitely. I'd love that. Any new coaster at Marineland would be fantastic for them. Is out there, they could market it as the fastest launch coaster in Canada. Easy.
Sure. Steel Vengeance night rides are incredible. They are.
Oh, for sure.
Sunset rides were awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Steel Vengeance was overrated, but still really good.
I could see why people say it's overrated, but for me, it's number one.
It lived up to the hype.
Easy.
So good. I literally thought it was over after the second time around. And then I'm like, what? The break run over there and we're going over here? What?
It's so long.
Every day and every row. Yeah. Fury does look amazing. It looks like a really good ride overall. And I really want to ride it because I love Leviathan so much. So I'm pretty sure I would love that too.
I just want to ride Orion.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was supposed to next month.
Me too. Around the same time.
Yeah, we were gonna try like a couple days before me, I think.
I was gonna be like a day or before you or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
I was gonna go on the Saturday and you were gonna go on like the Sunday or something.
No, I was going on the Monday and the Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Baseball tournament in Ohio the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then at Cedar Point we had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we were going to Kings Island for the Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, that would have been fun. Oh my god.
All of it's canceled.
Yep. Something had other plans for us, but it's okay.
Sucks.
As President Trudeau, or no, yeah, no, oh my god, President. Prime Minister Trudeau says, "It's not forever." That's literally what he says every single day. But don't worry, this is not forever.
It's not forever. All the day in press conferences. I was supposed to go to Kings Island opening weekend. Yes, you were. It sucks. Let's see. All my first rides for land coasters were night rides. That's fun.
Oh, really? Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Let's see some other submissions.
I saw something else here about Stefano said, I once waited 45 minutes for the flight. It broke down just as I was about to get on. I had something similar like that at King's Dominion. My cousin and I were about to get on Backlot Stunt Coaster there. And the train launched and it rolled back and we were the next people in line.
Oh.
If I was one person ahead, I would have got to roll back on Backlot Stunt Coaster. And I posted a video and you could see them manually, they pushed the train backwards into the station.
Really? So they just did a push. They didn't have to use any cranes or anything. Bye, Declan. I was going to Dollywood and Carowitz this week. That sucks. You would have rode your Fury 325.
Fury 325.
Colton sent me that video of the guy doing the actual voiceover for the Left Hill.
Like, no, really? I want to see that.
Yeah, send it to him. I don't know if I still have it on my phone. Colton, you should send it to him. Send it to Tyler after.
I'd love to see that. That's awesome. I love the one. Welcome to Wonder Mountain's Guardian.
Welcome to Wonder Mountain's Guardian. Please keep your hands and feet. I used to have the Behemoth thing just like in my notes. Welcome to Behemoth. I love how they only play it half the time. It's kind of weird,
Really? Oh, yeah.
right?
I
They
haven't
don't
heard
always
that.
play the thing.
I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's just not synced up properly. I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
They
Like,
used to be every single time. Every single time.
yeah. Do
I'd
you
ride.
realize that now? Like how they don't play it every time?
I think I did now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird overall. Like I don't know.
When was the first time you rode Behemoth?
First exact day I rode Behemoth. I saw a picture from it the other day. Let's scroll back a little bit. The first day I rode Leviathan,
I rode it.
or the first day I rode Behemoth was September 23rd, 2018. So that not that long ago.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. And there
I
was
rode that when I was in grade 2.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. Oh yeah, and no, that wasn't my first day. That was my second time because that was the day I rode Leviathan as well. And I rode Leviathan that time, then Behemoth the first time, and the next time I rode Leviathan. First time I rode Behemoth. Oh, I can go on Log Ride and I could find it. Let's see. Canada's Wonderland. It's in my favorites. Then we go to Behemoth. My first
At least
ride.
the Land's ride announcement.
Oh, it says the wait time's 5 minutes right now.
At least Wonderland's announcements aren't annoying like Busch Gardens Williamsburg for Bolton. Oh my god. The German lady, I like say didn't have a long line when I went and it was like 5 minutes and she went like at least 10 times in 5 minutes. It was so funny. I had it voice recorded on my phone, but I don't know what happened to it. Oh, that German lady, that's hilarious. I love that.
He sent it to you on Instagram.
Welcome
to Furore 325. Okay, who on here would be interested in me making just like a solo episode for my podcast on where I talk about my Millennium Force incident? Would anyone on here be interested in that? Because I kind of want to do that now.
Do it. That'd be awesome. I'd love to get in. I've never had an evac before, but I'd love that.
Evacs are awesome, and they were so good about it. Like they didn't really have to give us anything.
Not just for like the stuff, but like just to get an evac, and I'd videotape the whole thing.
I did, yeah.
That's why I keep my phone in my pocket. Like I'm gonna start doing that a lot more, even if it's like on Dragster as well. So if I get a rollback and like, yeah.
Hey Jack, hi Jack. That's Jack from Media Day.
Cochimilio.
Hi Jack. What's it called? Yeah. So what I do is like, because when I ride, I always have my fanny, which is downstairs right now. I use it when I bike now, but I have that, and then I usually keep my GoPro in one, and my what's it called, and my phone in it. My GoPro, my phone, and like whatever else I'm carrying with me that day. And that's all I usually take. So then I don't need to take a backpack and worry about leaving my phone in the bins or whatever, right? So I just have it all.
Yeah, exactly.
All on me at all times, and it's good. And the only time
you know how
it's on Yukon. I always take it off on Yukon because I don't have to worry about it getting stolen because it's in the above the train.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And because on Yukon it hurts. Like I've done it on Yukon before, and it's like because the vests like push down on it, and then it's like, yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Even on Coaster Evacs on Coaster Coaster, all the kids go crazy and the parents run out of lines. That's funny. Has there been an evac on Coaster Coaster?
I'm not sure.
That anyone knows about? No, I don't know. That would be very interesting to see what happens.
I would, especially with like the little tiny kids. They're like probably around not even like 5 years old, if they're tall.
Really small ones that are riding.
Mm-hmm.
At some point. Yeah, at some point there definitely was some sort of evac, but yeah, like Millennium Force, we basically went up. We were like 2/3 up the lift hill, and then we stopped. But the reason we stopped was because someone unbuckled their seatbelt and the camera saw them.
Wait, where is that? So you guys were halfway up. How was the camera see them from there? I really don't know.
I feel like there's multiple cameras.
Yeah, maybe the ones that we just don't see. I know they definitely have one. Yeah, definitely at the top. in
Yeah,
certain
every
places
almost
around the
all
world.
coasters have them at the top.
Hmm.
But what's it called? Yukon, not Yukon. They
I know
might have one
Leviathan doesn't have
halfway
one at the
to,
top.
or there could have just been. There isn't sensors though in the seatbelts, right?
No,
No,
I
yeah.
don't
So
think
I don't
that's
know how
possible.
else they would have caught the
Well,
person unbuckling their seatbelt.
I mean, like it's probably possible to have sensors in the seatbelt, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I know. So basically, we're going up. We stop on the lift hill because thing happens. So what happened was that he stopped the ride, right? And then the issue is that they came, the one in the bucket, the Millennium Force bucket. They drove up.
Yeah, the funicular.
Yeah, they talked to the person. They said, pull back on your seatbelt, blah, blah, blah. This is not okay. We'll deal with you when the ride's over. They go down. Those are just the ride ops, right? They try and start the ride. There's an issue. There was a fault in the system, some sort of fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, they couldn't get it up again. They try and just fix it themselves. Then they call maintenance. Maintenance tries to fix it, can't fix it, blah, blah, blah. They come up. People were freaking at the bottom, like the parents, because there was this other one, like small kid on there. And that was why they ended up doing the evac, because they were telling everyone at the bottom, it's much safer for us to spend some more time and actually get the ride up and going again than doing this whole manual evac. It's a lot safer.
Because you can't fit very many people in that little cart
So,
at a time. Like
evac,
Leviathan, you have stairs, so it's so easy.
Yeah.
You could everybody could just walk down.
The evac took 3.5 hours, I believe, to get the last person.
That's crazy.
They were
And it
almost
must have been a hot day.
4 hours.
Wow.
We were only there for an hour and a half because we were the first ones off. But
Wow.
yeah,
And you got to meet who was it that you FaceTimed? Jason McClure or was it Tony?
It was Jason, because my mom was like on the bottom, and she was like, because my brother was kind of like, she was freaking out because he didn't know. And he was there.
How did she find him?
He was there, and because she was like, because she was scared because she thinks like the ride's broken, whatever, right? Like she's freaking out, the concerned parent freaking on the ground, and he was telling her about how it's much safer to get the ride, because she was like, get them off the ride, evac them, I know how this works, blah blah blah. So yeah,
how did she know? Oh, well, I guess
she didn't know who it was.
Didn't know who he was, but she just saw like the uniform and just was like went up to them.
No, he was talking to her. He was trying to calm her down.
Oh yeah, because he probably heard her like talking about get them off.
And then he set us up with one of the salespeople, who then took us to the shops and gave us our fast passes and our exit passes and all that good stuff.
And the Steve sweater. Right
in there. Daniel got Steve shirt, Steve hat, a lot of stuff. Be right back again. I've worked at Land. There are many stories, but they never tell. I guess if it's an evac, people are gonna record it. Like in today's time.
I would. If I had my phone with me, I definitely would.
Oh yeah, I mean like from off the ride though. Like even if there's no coaster people on the ride that are like posting about it.
Six Buzz. Yo, that's unsafe. Yeah,
on the lift hill.
That's unsafe, man. What are they doing, man? Look at that ride. It's stuck up there. That's unsafe. Don't ride it.
But Leviathan, they probably e-stopped it like 6 times a day to tell them their phone.
Right at the bottom of the hill, every single time. And we asked them at Roller Coasters A, like, is it gonna like blow its motor or something? And apparently there's some kind of piece that allows it to like, because we thought it wouldn't be good for the chain, and like it's able, but actually it doesn't really do anything for it. It's fine. I forget what it's called. Surya would know.
Well, your cousin and aunt got stuck on Tomb Raider, which is now time warp, for an hour and a half, and it was that sucks because you're like lying down.
I hate that, and it's probably on the spiral lift hill. I've always got worried about getting stuck on that. I hate that.
I don't love it
so much, and I've seen it.
It's an interesting lift hill. The thing that sucks about time warp is you're going right and you're riding and your head's down, but if you go through the inline twists and you let go, your back flies against the thing.
Really?
Yeah. You have to put all your body.
You think that's happened?
I don't know.
You think that's happened? I felt my body come off just like a little bit, but I think the G-forces like will keep you in there.
They try.
Pretty good. I don't
for the most part do, but if you're like a certain weight, they probably throw you back.
You think so? Because wouldn't that be like unsafe? Why would they not?
It wouldn't be unsafe. It would just be painful.
I know, but then you would think that if that would happen, that they would pad it or something like that. Put some kind of padding on there. But because it's all metal, you'd hurt your
Yeah.
back really bad.
I really don't know. Have you guys ever seen an evac on Windseeker or I've seen it get stuck at the top a couple times. But
I waved to some lady when I was on Yukon. I was in the front row and I was waving. I heard she waved back, and I was like,
yeah.
She was like, "Wish I were you," and I was like, "I wish I wasn't you on that ride."
Yeah, if I ride Time Warp, I'd get wiped a lot. I'd get whipped a lot. Yeah. You got to just make sure you hold on when you ride Time Warp. Just hold on and keep your body weight and keep your head toward one side of the restraint, like
yeah,
padding, so that you don't end up.
Well, you know what? Memorize the layout, and then you'll know when to like brace yourself and when to lean one way and when to lean the other way.
It's a very simple layout. Just up, little mini drop, turn, like bank turn, inline, turn around, little
inline
drop,
twins.
bank, inline. It's not complicated. The best part is probably the end of it, like where you can do the woo right before the brake run. That's fine.
Yeah, the little straight section. It's because it's the only straight section on the ride, the smoothest part.
Yeah, I know. The straight whenever we say the straight section is the best on a ride. We don't usually, but for Time Warp, we will.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's
I like weird. That little straight section on Yukon. Like the part that just kind of the runway. I love that part.
Yeah, that part's really fun too, but that's B&M, so they're allowed to do whatever they want. You know it's gonna work.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. We probably shouldn't keep this stream running and bore people out too much longer. So do you guys have any more questions, comments, anything like that about Wonderland?
Any comments? And we'll like read them.
Yeah, we'll give it a couple more minutes and just chill out around here. But yeah, let's see. Let's just wait for those to roll in. Hi to the 6 people that are still watching right now. It was supposed to rain.
You sat on nightmares? Where? So you sat on like the middle, like divider parts?
Oh,
I've seen people do that before, but I don't think that's allowed.
Nightmares is not that. Nightmares makes me very dizzy.
Yeah, I can see that. I enjoyed riding it during Winterfest though, but it was so loud during Winterfest because the motor was trying to work so hard.
Yeah, because it's so cold and it's like not.
And it wasn't even, and it felt a lot slower too. Like, and because usually you would think like, oh, I haven't been on a ride in a while, it should feel fast. No, this felt slow.
It was this thing, yeah. It's not my favorite flat ride, but it's definitely it's an okay ride. It makes me dizzy.
Pretty solid. Yeah.
Just hopefully you don't get too sick on them spinny things. Yeah. Okay. So right now we've been live for an hour and 2 minutes, so we're gonna get this to like an hour and 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it off. And so if no one else really has much else to say, shakes so much. Yeah, it can, I guess, right? It's not horrendous.
You know what shakes? Skyhawk in a rainstorm.
Oh, when someone gets stuck.
On my first ever ride on Skyhawk, it was like super windy and it was really like dreary, and there were dark clouds that were rolling in, and we got stuck because the ride couldn't get enough momentum, and I don't know what happened, but we got stuck, and I was just sitting there with my cousin, and all you can feel is the tower swaying back and forth the whole time, and I was so scared. But like I know it's supposed to do that, but it's just such a scary feeling. Right? And my cousin and I were like, "That's it, we're done here. It's done.
Get us off."
Yeah.
Colton joined at a bad time because we are about to finish up the stream. If anyone else has any last minute questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to put out there, well, you still can.
I want to check out the Fury video.
Yeah, as I always say, when you guys are here, just once I end this broadcast, you'll be able to actually comment, and the YouTube algorithm really likes it when you comment. Also, make sure to just exit out that live chat for a second right now and click the thumbs up button on this video so it can get promoted for some other people to see. Yeah, we should go to land sometime in the summer if it ever opens up.
Definitely.
But
I know.
Yeah, so go just wait for this broadcast to end. Then you can go put an actual comment, awesome stream, whatever you want to write. I don't really care. It's okay. Anything you want.
Whatever.
I'm not gonna tell you what to write. Just drop a like, make an actual comment, not just in the stream. Once this
And
is over.
subscribe.
Subscribe, of course,
Tyler
if you're
Coachy.
not. Thank you guys for 1K. Big number.
Yeah.
Now I can do the posts on community posts.
I tried doing that, but I didn't know you need to have 1,000.
No, you need 1,000.
subscribers.
I just unlocked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get there. You'll get there. Just keep posting. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna end this stream off. Make sure to go drop a real comment on this video, not just in the live chat. Drop a like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to go follow at Thrill Warrior and me at Coaster Addicts. And make sure all of you guys are here. My
And Tyler Coachy.
account is at TyCocci. We're trying to grow a regular influence on there, not just oriented around coasters, but around the travel and aspect that we as coaster enthusiasts and travelers experience when we go to ride these awesome coasters. So if you have not done that yet,
Yeah.
make sure to go follow over there. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for us today. So thank you so much for joining. Thanks
Yeah.
to
Thanks
you
for inviting me.
yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming on the stream, and thanks to you that stuck around and watched the whole thing. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much going to wrap this up. Everything I said
Okay.
earlier, I'm not going to say it again to annoy you guys. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Okay. See ya.